This is the first time in our van build where I've been like, okay, every single day I actually see like a huge change in like what we did the day before. When beforehand, okay, yeah, we did things, but it just seemed like a cargo van still, and I feel like it's finally actually starting to become like a little house.
Yeah. Well, it's been a few days since we've seen you, and quite a bit has happened since then. Or I guess to us it seems like quite a bit has happened.
Yeah.
But we have really not documented it because we've been forgetting our camera, and we've been coming over to my parents' house, so yeah. But since then, I guess we've kind of almost finished the upper cabinet. Just the door needs to be put on and it needs to be painted up. Maddie got one layer of paint on it, and we've been working on the lower cabinets right here. It's starting to look pretty good. My dad's been helping us. Maddie got the bed slatted out yesterday, so stuff's starting to come together. By the end of this week, I think this van will be looking really good. All right, Maddie, what's going on?
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm putting the second coat on this right now. It's looking really good. It actually like super matches my shirt, which is kind of cool. I just put the second coat up there as well, so it's all looking really good. And I'm super glad we went with this color. We actually put a poll on our Instagram about it to ask everyone on there. So if you don't follow us, you should. Shameless plug. Kyle's dad just got home, so we're really gonna get started on some big stuff.
What I am doing next is, if you look at the ends of our cabinet, they are open right now, and we need to put our plywood faces up. So I got my dad's scribe. He taught me how to do this, I think, last weekend. So I'm gonna scribe out the curvature of our wall so our plywood face can go right up against the cabinet and fit perfectly, and it hides all of the open gaps.
Wow, it was that easy.
Alright, it fits perfectly, so I guess scribing is a lot easier than we thought it would be. Now that the board fits perfectly, I am going to give it to the paint lady.
Hello, I am Mrs. Paint Lady.
So, should do that for now.
This is our side piece right here. I painted it with a white coat to kind of like prime it, and then I painted our color on top of it. They're about to put it in. It needs like 1 more second to dry though, because it's still a little bit wet.
And now that that is done and painted, my dad and I are going to move on to our little like freestanding cubby countertop area right here that's going to hold our toilet. So we'll start that.
The boys are measuring out our new little cabinet that they're making while I'm still being the little paint queen. I finished painting a bunch of different things. I finished painting the door for this. I finished painting the side for over here. I now have to paint this like frame that we have. I filled it in with a little bit of putty, all of our nail holes in here, and then I am just sanding them off right now, and then I will be able to paint over it so it doesn't look all janky.
Alright, so Maddie is doing her thing, and my dad and I just measured out the little cubby that we're making for the toilet to slide into. And we have pretty tight margins just with this fridge sliding in between the two countertop spaces and the toilet needing to fit into this cubby. So I think we kind of got the dimensions down. My dad's looking at it now.
Craig, would you care to explain?
Explain? So yes, Kyle and I just figured out his little toilet carport. And now I'm just writing out my dimensions for sides, back, and top. Make a cut list, measure twice, 3 times, cut once.
Maddie says that my dad was born for the camera.
It was so good. It took us like months to learn how to say anything on here. Looks so much better.
Double and triple checking, make sure the pooper is gonna fit. Looks like it's good. Not sure if Maddie said this already, but while my dad is making the little toilet cubby area, Maddie and I have been doing smaller tasks, and right now we're putting up the cabinet door, so should look good. Alright, cabinet's finished. Maddie?
It looks like a real cabinet now. Kyle's dad finished our little cubby that's gonna hide our pooper, and it actually will have a little cubby in it as well that can hold whatever. It'll have countertop on it, so it'll match our kitchen. It's just all coming together. This is like the best part of the van build, is what we're doing.
Alright, well that is it for tonight. So tomorrow our big task is to start the storage area for the back that'll be right next to the bed. And Maddie and I will probably compile a list tonight of smaller stuff that we can do. So
I will be sewing tomorrow.
Yep.
That's what I will be doing.
So we'll see you tomorrow. We are back again tonight working on the van, and I kind of half plumbed in our one water line. Still need a couple little pieces till I can fully put that in, but my dad started working on this big storage unit that's going to go in right here. So he kind of has a little bit of it built, and he's going to start putting it in now. How tough was this one to make?
This one was not fun. Too many different radiuses and depths, and nothing square, and so yeah, this has been a process.
That's been about this entire van build. Nothing square in here, so it's all tough to work with. Well, once that's done, well, all of our shelving will be in, so it'll be nice. What are you going working on?
I've been sewing our window covers this entire time, and my back seriously hurts so bad. Like, I don't think I'm cut out for sewing. So we haven't seen you guys in about a week.
Yeah, we keep on forgetting to bring the camera with us when we go to work.
We're like the worst vloggers ever.
But we have like a week and a half until this van needs to be done, so I think we've been just like really thinking about that, and then we leave to go and work at either my brother's house or my parents' house, and we're like, oh, we forgot the camera again. But
I know, but since you've seen us last, we got our mattress for our bed, and we were able to cut it, and I did sew the cushions for that, so that is completely done. And we did a few other things, but we have a list here today, and this is like almost every day we have left to finish building this van. And so today, on today's agenda, is to install our other solar panel, because we bought two of them. One of them came shattered, and the other one just got here. We have to finish the bed slat, so pretty much finish our pull-out bed. We have to install hinges on the bench seating so we can actually lift it up and secure the toilet cover to the floor.
yep, so
You think it's doable?
yeah, I think so. Unshattered and all. Well, you guys have already seen me put one solar panel up, so basically the second one I've got to put the brackets on and then put it up on the van, and it's already marked out where I'm going to put it from the last solar panel I put up, so that's all I'm doing. I guess I'll show you what Maddie's up to. You work on.
Like we talked about before with our slatted beds, we have our permanent slats and then our slats that will move. So we had enough wood for all of our permanent slats, but now I'm just cutting all of our non-permanent slats. And yeah, shouldn't take too long, but it's kind of like a tedious process. Now it's time to put them in. They pretty much are just gonna lay in here right now until I am able to actually secure all of them together, and then I will be able to actually like pull it all out at the same time, which is pretty cool. Excited to see how it works out. quick change of plans. We moved the van around so that we're not working in the sun the whole time. But we are now putting in our front board first that we will be able to pull out our bed. So pretty much I'm just pre-drilling a hole and then drilling screws into all of them so that we can eventually put the bottom piece on, and then it's kind of done. So this is how the bed is looking so far. I pulled out the slats and I don't think I was supposed to, so we're gonna have to have Kyle help me try to screw it all in so that the boards don't like flip up like they were. But in the meantime, Kyle is up on the roof right now installing the solar panel, and I'm going to do one of the last things on the list, which was to secure our toilet lid or toilet cover to the floor. It should be like super easy. So how you doing?
Pretty good. Almost have the second one installed. It's pretty hot up here. Come in here and Maddie thinks this is like level with the outside door.
You try being this pretty trying to put stuff together, okay?
You can't get the one in the floor?
No, I can't.
Okay, first of all, I told you to change this bit. Look at your bit's in there crooked. That's not helping you.
All I hear is, Mom.
Well, yeah, if the bit's crooked, though, it's all wonky.
I want to hear it. I want to hear
Just
it.
letting you know it could have curved. Got this bad boy in now. Pooper secured.
We can officially check that off the list. We're gonna officially check the solar panels off the list as well because Kyle finished them. So what do we have? Two more
Almost
things
finished the bed slats too.
Bed slats just have one more step pretty much to them. What's the last thing we have to do? Oh, put the hinges on our thing. Yeah.
Let's see if it pulls out like we want it to.
Ah, no, it's not that bad. What? What did we do wrong?
Alright, we have one more thing to do, and that's to install a little like runner on the sides at the end, just so it kind of like glides over that and the whole boards don't go. Not terrible.
No, it's not. It just falls.
Well, I guess that's it for the day. We had one more thing on the list, and that was to cut the hinge for our bench seating right here, but we don't have the proper saw here, and I don't wanna wreck it. So we're just gonna wait till tomorrow when we do have the proper saw. We'll put that in first thing, and then I think my dad and I are gonna finish up this back storage back here. It's starting to look pretty good. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome to tomorrow. We have a huge long list, pretty much longer than yesterday, to do today. We have to put the panel in the back of the kitchen, work on the back shelf unit, runner for our pull-out bed,
doors
on our cabinet. It is like a lot of stuff. I guess kind of first things first, we have obviously a lot to do today, but I'm gonna go through and just make some really good measurements of things just so that we have this like compiled list of just exact measurements. So if we're like, oh, like how big was that? We don't have to go and actually like measure it all again. It's already been measured, so that's kind of what I'm gonna do.
And the first thing that I'm working on today is I am cutting two little runner boards for our pull-out bed. So basically when we pull our bed out currently, the back end kind of falls down like that. So I'm gonna put two strips on both sides. So when you pull the bed out, it just rides along those runners. All right, cut them down to length, and now I just need to nail them in, and that should be it for this.
Yeah. This view is stellar. You can kind of hear Kyle cutting right now. He just has to thicken up the little runner that he put because it's not quite thick enough. The piece like slides off of it. But right now, these are the piano hinges that we are using for our bench seating. And I already cut one of them. Craig cut it with me because it's a little bit hard, but I just measured the other one, and this one has to be 24 inches long. And yeah, you kind of have to put it in here, and you have to use this little saw. I'm sweating.
I just finished installing those little runners for the bed, and here, I'll show you how it pulls out now. Ready?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The next thing that we have moved on to is the countertop. We have measured it out, we've taken out the plastic and everything, and this is pretty much going to be just for our toilet cover, because the other part we have to like scribe it to the wall. It's like a huge process we have to do, but we can at least start on this one, start polyurethaning it, which will like seal it up so it doesn't get any stains and stuff in it. And yeah, so. Alright, first one's on. Now we just gotta do the second one. So the exact same process. You just screw them into the board, screw them into the frame, and then open the door.
Perfect.
While Kyle finishes up trying to make the frame of our countertop, I'm going to actually fill in our seams right here, and it's just gonna be filmed in with some white caulk. Honestly, just like the easiest thing to use, and hopefully it makes it look a little bit better. Hey, it's like disappeared. It's
I made
amazing.
my countertop template with a little piece of scrap wood. Now I'm gonna set it right onto our countertop and trace it out, and then I'll cut with the jigsaw our countertop, and it should be good. Alright, I just marked out my countertop template, and I'm going to have my dad cut it with the circular saw because, I don't know, he cuts a little bit straighter, so. Alright, let's see if I messed up on my templating.
How's it look?
I think it's going to work.
Woohoo! Celebratory dance.
Alright, now that the countertop fits, it actually looks pretty good over there.
It makes it look real!
Maddie needs to sand the tops and the top and the edges and put some urethane on it. Now that I'm done cutting all that, and we got quite a bit done tonight, so I guess that's where we're going to stop for now, and I guess we'll catch you next time. And it is the next day. We just got out of work, and now we are back to the van because, what, how many days do we have left, Maddie?
Not very many.
We've got less than a week until we want this van completely finished, so we're really in grind mode now. So first thing that I'm starting with today is, before Maddie gets another layer of polyurethane on this countertop, I am gonna cut our sinkhole.
And while Kyle is trying to figure that out, which isn't going the best, I'm going to start painting our back storage cubby. I think I'm wanting to keep it a little bit like natural tones mixed with our like green-blue color. Kyle isn't as in agreement with that, so we'll have to see what it actually ends up looking like.
Alright, I think I got my measurements to cut the sink out, so I'm just gonna go and cut the hole out and hope it fits.
Welcome to Daddy's world.
Alright, I trimmed a little bit off the front and the back, so now let's see. Well, looks like it fits. Now that I have the sink in, I think I'm going to cut the drain hole for it and get the drain installed into it. We'll do that next. Maddie's still painting the back. It's starting to look good.
Well, now that Kyle is done cutting this hole, I'm finally able to actually sand it and put the second coat of polyurethane on it. So after you put one coat, you always want to just sand down a little bit, just like with your hands. Now time to actually polyurethane it.
So I am now cutting the hole for our drain in here. And I marked out the exact center of our sink so the drain is centered. I'm just gonna get it started and then I have to move over to the sawhorses. We got a hole. I got the drain in the sink. Looks good. And now we're gonna move on and I'm gonna install a cleat for our pull-out bed to rest on so it has some support when we get on it.
Gotta go paint this.
What's going on?
I'm installing these little pieces of wood that I cut into our counter so that, well, I guess our cupboard, so that I can put in a removable shelf so that our gray water tank can come out of here. It's a little bit hard getting like maneuvering around everything, but I just about chopped my finger off. I have to be careful too, I don't want it to split.
All right, the back of that is what I'm gonna cut out next. So, yep, let's go do that. All right, rear panel for the kitchen cabinets is cut. I'm gonna go just put it in place. It'll fit fine, but then Maddie's gonna paint it. And then I think we're kind of winding down on things we're gonna do tonight.
Yeah.
Putting finishing touches on starting here.
Yeah. All right. See you tomorrow.
All right, it is like 2 days later. Yesterday we did work on the van, but we were kind of exhausted and we didn't have it in us to film, so we kind of just finished some. I don't even know if we really even finished any tasks. Oh yeah, we did glue our countertops on. A couple things got done, but
Dude.
working on more miscellaneous stuff today. We're getting close.
Almost done.
All right, so right here is the Craig jig. Basically just clamp your piece of wood down into it, and it has two like guides with a special bit that go down into the side of the wood, and it creates a perfect little spot for your screws to fall into, to screw into the other piece of wood. So perfect for drawer making. So I'm gonna finish that up. All right, last side going on to the drawer. And then I need to put little runners on it and it can go in. I guess one last thing to explain for these back drawers is instead of putting tracks in, they're like $50 for the tracks that we want. We are just gonna try to put some runners on the side of the drawer and then on the inside of the two little walls that it's going in between. So when we pull it out, instead of the drawer flipping back up like that, the runner should just hold it so it's straight instead of flipping. So like I just said, I put the drawer guides or like the runners onto the drawer that I just made, and now I just am putting them into here so the drawer will slide in and catch. So all right, drawer guides are in. They're the runners. I don't know what they're really called. I guess they'll be guides for us, but they're on the side. I think it works pretty good. We can pull it out and it stays up. Pretty good. Done with that.
While Kyle has been working on our drawer, which is much needed, I've been working on the laptop a little bit. I'm trying to organize all of our footage because it's seriously like all over the place. Our hard drive was broken, so I'm trying to like scavenge anything that we have that I can save. And also I've been putting fabric up over our metal so that it looks a little bit cleaner. Just check it out really quick. It's a little bit hard to see right now, but right above Kyle, so right there is where I have not covered, and I have covered all the like super black, and I think it should be really good.
It makes it a lot nicer looking instead of this ugly wire sticking out. So easy cover up. All right, so the final thing that I'm doing is this is the last of our plywood, and these sheets were like 75 bucks a piece. So we are using every last scrap. So to make our doors, you can see that there's a little gap right here. I basically am cutting a clean edge of pine, and I'm gonna fill in the gap on, so like a 1/4 inch on this panel and a 1/4 inch on this panel, and I'm gonna glue it, nail it, and paint it up, and then that'll be it. So like installing our doors, painting some stuff up, that's kind of the last steps. So for now, I think we're gonna be done with our van build videos, and our next video is gonna be our van tour video. So we're glad that this is coming to an end, and we'll see you next time.
In our next video, we finally get to show you the final product of our van build. Stick around to see the official tour and how we ship this van over to Europe.